In the realm of personal growth and Stoic philosophy, silence has long been revered as a powerful tool for self-mastery. It is often seen as a refuge from external chaos, a shield against reactive impulses, and a space for introspection. Yet, while silence undoubtedly holds transformative potential, it is not always the most effective strategy, especially when faced with challenges that demand action rather than restraint. There exists a lesser explored approach, one that transcends the passive nature of silence and harnesses the active principles of Stoicism to propel individuals toward their goals with clarity and purpose. This strategy, rooted in deliberate engagement and mindful responsiveness, offers a dynamic alternative to silence, one that empowers individuals to navigate adversity, cultivate resilience, and achieve meaningful progress. At its core, this unspoken strategy revolves around the concept of active detachment. Unlike silence, which can sometimes be misinterpreted as disengagement or avoidance, active detachment combines the Stoic virtues of emotional equanimity with intentional, purposeful action. It involves maintaining composure in the face of provocation, while simultaneously channeling energy into constructive behaviors that align with one's values and objectives. For instance, instead of retreating into silence when confronted with criticism or setbacks, active detachment encourages individuals to respond with wisdom and resolve, addressing the situation directly without succumbing to emotional reactivity. This approach not only neutralizes the disruptive power of external events, but also transforms them into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. What sets this strategy apart is its emphasis on leveraging Stoic principles in real-time decision-making. While silence may provide temporary relief from overwhelming emotions, it often fails to address the root causes of distress or catalyze tangible change. Active detachment, on the other hand, integrates mindfulness, rational reflection, and disciplined action to create a holistic framework for navigating life's complexities. By practicing cognitive distancing, the ability to observe thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them, individuals can gain clarity about their circumstances and make choices that reflect reason rather than impulse. This heightened awareness enables them to engage with challenges proactively, turning obstacles into stepping stones rather than barriers. Moreover, active detachment aligns seamlessly with the Stoic dichotomy of control, the idea that while external events lie beyond our influence, our responses to them remain within our power. When applied through this lens, the strategy encourages individuals to focus their energy on what they can control: thoughts, attitudes, and actions, rather than expending it on futile attempts to manipulate uncontrollable outcomes. For example, in situations where others' opinions or behaviors threaten to derail one's peace of mind, active detachment allows individuals to acknowledge these external factors without internalizing their impact. Instead of remaining silent or disengaging entirely, they can respond with measured assertiveness, reinforcing their autonomy and commitment to virtuous living. Another key aspect of this strategy is its capacity to foster deeper connections and understanding in relationships. Silence, though valuable in certain contexts, can sometimes create distance or ambiguity between individuals. Active detachment, however, promotes open yet thoughtful communication, ensuring that interactions are guided by empathy, integrity, and mutual respect. By choosing words and actions that reflect Stoic virtues such as justice and temperance, individuals can navigate conflicts or misunderstandings with grace, fostering healthier dynamics without compromising their own values. This approach not only strengthens relational bonds but also reinforces the individual's role as an agent of positive influence within their social sphere. Furthermore, active detachment serves as a catalyst for personal transformation by encouraging consistent alignment with higher principles. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies not in suppressing emotions or avoiding challenges, but in confronting them with courage and wisdom. Through active detachment, individuals learn to embrace adversity as a natural part of life's ebb and flow, using it as fuel for growth rather than a source of despair. This mindset shift empowers them to pursue their goals with unwavering determination, knowing that every obstacle presents an opportunity to refine their character and deepen their resilience. Over time, This practice cultivates a sense of mastery over both internal and external landscapes, enabling individuals to thrive amidst uncertainty and complexity. Ultimately, this unspoken strategy represents a synthesis of Stoic philosophy and actionable insight, a bridge between contemplation and execution. It acknowledges the value of silence as a tool for self-reflection, while expanding its scope to include dynamic engagement with the world. By adopting active detachment, individuals transcend the limitations of mere passivity, embracing a proactive approach to life's challenges that embodies the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. In doing so, they unlock their full potential, achieving not just momentary calm, but sustained progress and fulfillment. The limitations of silence, understanding its constraints in personal growth. While silence remains a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, offering solace and a platform for introspection, it harbors inherent limitations that can impede personal growth if relied upon excessively. These constraints manifest primarily through missed opportunities for expression, stagnation in relational dynamics, and the risk of internalizing unresolved issues. Each limitation underscores the necessity for more active strategies in fostering comprehensive personal development. Firstly, silence often results in missed opportunities for expression, which are crucial for asserting one's needs and boundaries. In many scenarios, particularly those involving conflict or misunderstanding, silence can be misconstrued as agreement or indifference. This misinterpretation not only fails to address the underlying issues, but also perpetuates a cycle where one's needs are overlooked or undervalued. From a Stoic perspective, while controlling one's reactions is vital, expressing oneself thoughtfully and assertively is equally important. Without articulating concerns or desires, individuals may find themselves trapped in unsatisfactory situations, unable to effect necessary changes in their environment or relationships. Secondly, relying heavily on silence can lead to stagnation in relational dynamics. Relationships thrive on communication and interaction. When one party consistently chooses silence over dialogue, it creates a vacuum that can distort mutual understanding and trust. This lack of engagement might prevent the resolution of conflicts or the deepening of bonds, leaving relationships superficial or strained. Stoicism advocates for virtue in all actions, including interactions with others. Therefore, maintaining healthy, evolving relationships requires more than passive non-engagement. It demands active participation, characterized by honesty and empathy. Lastly, the risk of internalizing unresolved issues poses a significant challenge associated with excessive silence. While silence allows for reflection, it does not inherently solve problems or dissipate negative emotions. Often, individuals might use silence as a coping mechanism to avoid confrontation or discomfort, inadvertently allowing stress, resentment, or confusion to fester internally. This internalization can lead to emotional overload, manifesting as anxiety, depression, or other psychological challenges. Stoicism emphasizes facing reality with courage and rationality, thus addressing issues head-on, through appropriate expression and active problem-solving, is essential to prevent the detrimental effects of suppressed emotions. These limitations highlight why silence, although valuable, should not be the sole strategy in one's arsenal for personal growth. They point towards the need for a balanced approach that incorporates both reflective silence and active engagement. Such a dual strategy ensures that while one benefits from the calm and clarity silence provides, they also harness the empowering potential of expressive and interactive actions. This balance is crucial for navigating life's complexities effectively, ensuring that personal development is not just inward-focused, but also outwardly impactful, leading to more fulfilling and resilient life experiences. The philosophy behind active engagement. Harnessing Stoic principles for growth. Active engagement, as a counterbalance to silence, draws deeply from the foundational tenets of Stoicism to foster personal growth and resilience. At its essence, this approach is rooted in the Stoic belief that external events, no matter how challenging, do not define our character or determine our happiness. Instead, it is our perceptions, judgments, and responses that shape our lives. By actively engaging with adversity rather than retreating into silence, individuals align themselves with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, and justice, transforming obstacles into opportunities for self-mastery and meaningful progress. One of the central principles underpinning active engagement is the Stoic dichotomy of control, the idea that while we cannot dictate external circumstances, we retain absolute authority over our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This principle empowers individuals to focus their energy on what lies within their sphere of influence, ensuring that their responses are guided by reason rather than reactive emotions. For instance, when faced with criticism or setbacks, active engagement encourages individuals to pause, reflect, and respond with intentionality. Instead of succumbing to frustration or withdrawing into silence, they can ask themselves, what aspects of this situation are within my control? How can I respond in a way that reflects virtue and aligns with my values? This deliberate process not only neutralizes the disruptive power of external provocations, but also reinforces their commitment to living authentically and purposefully. Wisdom, a cardinal virtue in Stoicism, plays a pivotal role in guiding active engagement. Wisdom involves discerning the true nature of events and responding with clarity and insight. When challenges arise, individuals practicing active engagement draw upon this virtue to evaluate their circumstances objectively, separating facts from assumptions and identifying constructive courses of action. For example, if someone receives negative feedback at work, wisdom enables them to recognize whether the critique is valid and actionable or unfounded and dismissible. By applying rational judgment, they can address legitimate concerns without internalizing unnecessary negativity, thereby fostering both personal and professional growth. This alignment with wisdom ensures that their responses are grounded in reason and virtue, rather than impulsivity or defensiveness. Courage complements wisdom by empowering individuals to confront adversity head-on, even when discomfort or fear arises. Stoicism teaches that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. In the context of active engagement, courage manifests as the ability to voice one's truth, advocate for oneself, or take bold steps toward change. For instance, someone navigating a toxic relationship might summon the courage to set boundaries or initiate difficult conversations, rather than remaining silent to avoid conflict. This act of bravery not only demonstrates self-respect but also creates conditions for healthier dynamics to emerge. Courage, therefore, becomes a catalyst for breaking free from stagnation and propelling oneself toward greater fulfillment and authenticity. Justice, another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, further enriches active engagement by emphasizing fairness, empathy, and mutual respect in interactions. When individuals choose to engage actively with others, they do so with an awareness of their shared humanity and interconnectedness. This perspective fosters compassionate communication, ensuring that responses are not only assertive, but also considerate of others' perspectives and needs. For example, in workplace disagreements, active engagement guided by justice might involve listening attentively, acknowledging differing viewpoints, and collaborating on solutions that benefit all parties involved. By prioritizing fairness and empathy, individuals strengthen their relationships while upholding their moral integrity, a hallmark of Stoic living. Temperance, the virtue of moderation and self-discipline, serves as a stabilizing force in active engagement. Stoicism teaches that excess in any form, whether anger, ambition, or attachment, can lead to imbalance and suffering. Active engagement, therefore, requires individuals to exercise restraint, ensuring that their responses remain measured and proportionate to the situation. For instance, when provoked by unfair treatment, temperance prevents retaliatory behavior, guiding individuals to address the issue calmly and constructively. This disciplined approach not only preserves their dignity, but also enhances their credibility and influence, as others recognize their commitment to principled action over impulsive reaction. The Stoic practice of amor fati, the love of fate, also informs active engagement by reframing challenges as integral components of life's journey. Rather than resisting or lamenting adversity, individuals embracing this mindset welcome difficulties as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Active engagement viewed through the lens of amor fati, transforms struggles into catalysts for transformation. For example, someone experiencing career setbacks might reinterpret the situation as a chance to reassess their goals, acquire new skills, or explore alternative paths. This acceptance of impermanence and unpredictability not only diminishes the emotional toll of adversity, but also instills a sense of agency and optimism, empowering individuals to navigate life's uncertainties with resilience and purpose. Finally, active engagement is deeply intertwined with the Stoic principle of oikeiosis, the natural inclination toward kinship and care for others. By engaging actively with the world, individuals fulfill their roles as contributors to the broader human community, promoting harmony and collective well-being. Whether through acts of kindness, mentorship, or advocacy, active engagement amplifies one's impact beyond personal boundaries, creating ripples of positive change. This outward focus not only reinforces one's sense of purpose, but also aligns with the Stoic ideal of living virtuously for the greater good. In essence, active engagement embodies the practical application of Stoic philosophy, bridging the gap between contemplation and action. By integrating wisdom, courage, justice, temperance, amor fati, and oikeiosis, this approach empowers individuals to navigate life's complexities with clarity, integrity, and resilience. Far from being a departure from Stoicism, active engagement represents its dynamic extension, a strategy that honors the timeless wisdom of the ancients while adapting it to the demands of modern life. Applying active engagement, real-life scenarios. Illuminate Stoic strategy. To truly grasp the transformative power of active engagement, let us delve into concrete examples where this Stoic-inspired approach has proven superior to silence. These scenarios span diverse contexts, from interpersonal conflicts to professional challenges, each illustrating how active engagement fosters clarity, resolves tensions, and propels individuals toward meaningful outcomes. By examining these cases, we uncover the nuanced ways in which active engagement not only addresses immediate challenges, but also aligns with Stoic principles to cultivate lasting resilience and growth. Consider the case of Emma, a mid-level manager tasked with leading a cross-functional team during a high-stakes project. Early in the initiative, disagreements arose between two senior members of her team, each advocating for conflicting approaches to solving a critical technical issue. Faced with escalating tensions, Emma initially considered remaining silent, hoping the dispute would resolve itself. However, recalling the Stoic principle of justice and the importance of fair, empathetic leadership, she chose active engagement instead. Emma scheduled a meeting with both parties, inviting them to present their arguments while she listened attentively. Drawing upon wisdom, she asked probing questions to clarify underlying assumptions and identify common ground. With courage, she proposed a hybrid solution that incorporated elements from both perspectives, ensuring that neither felt dismissed. Her tempered response, balanced and respectful, diffused the conflict and restored collaboration. By actively engaging, Emma not only resolved the immediate issue but also modeled Stoic virtues, earning the trust and respect of her team. Had she remained silent, the discord might have persisted, jeopardizing the project's success and undermining her leadership. Another illustrative example comes from James, who found himself at odds with a close friend over a financial disagreement. His friend had borrowed a significant sum months earlier, promising repayment but repeatedly postponed returning the money despite multiple reminders. Feeling frustrated and betrayed, James contemplated ceasing communication altogether, believing silence would protect his peace of mind. Yet, reflecting on the Stoic dichotomy of control, he recognized that while he could not force repayment, he could control how he addressed the situation. Choosing active engagement, James initiated a candid conversation, framing the discussion not as an accusation but as a mutual exploration of solutions. He acknowledged his friend's circumstances, demonstrating empathy, while firmly reiterating the importance of honoring commitments. Guided by temperance, he avoided inflammatory language or ultimatums, focusing instead on collaborative problem-solving. Together, they devised a manageable repayment plan, restoring both accountability and their friendship. This outcome exemplifies how active engagement rooted in Stoic principles transforms potentially destructive conflicts into opportunities for reconciliation and growth. A third scenario involves Sarah, a freelance graphic designer struggling to secure consistent clients. After several unsuccessful pitches, she began questioning her abilities and considered withdrawing from the competitive market altogether, a retreat akin to silence. However, inspired by the Stoic concept of amor fati, she reframed her setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures. Sarah decided to actively engage by seeking feedback from previous prospects, asking specific questions about areas for improvement. Her courage allowed her to confront uncomfortable truths, while her wisdom enabled her to discern actionable insights from subjective critiques. Armed with this knowledge, she refined her portfolio, adjusted her pricing strategy, and honed her presentation skills. Additionally, she leveraged the Stoic principle of oikeiosis by joining industry networks, offering her expertise to peers and fostering reciprocal relationships. Within months, Sarah's proactive efforts yielded a steady stream of projects, validating the effectiveness of active engagement over passive withdrawal. Her story underscores how embracing challenges with purposeful action can lead to breakthroughs that silence alone cannot achieve. Finally, consider the experience of David, a college student grappling with academic burnout. Overwhelmed by mounting deadlines and diminishing motivation, he isolated himself, believing silence would shield him from judgment and pressure. However, guided by the Stoic virtue of courage, he opted for active engagement, reaching out to his professors and academic advisor. During these conversations, he openly discussed his struggles, framing them not as excuses, but as requests for guidance. His transparency prompted constructive dialogues, resulting in extended deadlines and tailored support plans. Simultaneously, David practiced temperance by setting realistic goals and prioritizing tasks, preventing further overwhelm. His active engagement not only alleviated immediate stress, but also reinforced his commitment to perseverance and self-care, qualities essential for long-term success. Had he chosen silence, the burden might have persisted unchecked, potentially derailing his academic journey. These examples collectively demonstrate the efficacy of active engagement as a strategy superior to silence. By integrating Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, temperance, amor fati, and oikeiosis, individuals navigate complex situations with clarity and purpose. Whether resolving workplace disputes, repairing strained relationships, overcoming professional hurdles, or managing personal challenges, active engagement proves to be a dynamic and transformative approach. It not only addresses surface-level issues but also cultivates resilience, fosters connection, and propels individuals toward their goals. All hallmarks of Stoic living. Strategic steps for cultivating active engagement. A blueprint for every day. Life-transforming abstract Stoic principles into actionable strategies requires a deliberate and structured approach. To integrate active engagement into daily routines, consider implementing a series of practical exercises designed to build resilience, enhance communication, and foster intentional living. These exercises not only reinforce the theoretical underpinnings of Stoicism, but also equip individuals with the tools needed to navigate life's challenges with clarity and purpose. Below are 5 actionable strategies, grounded in Stoic philosophy, that can be seamlessly woven into everyday life, empowering you to embrace active engagement as a cornerstone of personal growth. Morning reflections. Setting intentions. With rational judgment, begin each day with a brief period of mindful reflection, drawing inspiration from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to journaling about your intentions for the day, focusing on how you aim to embody Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, and temperance. Ask yourself guiding questions. What challenges might I face today? How can I respond? With reason rather than emotion? What actions will align with my values? This practice cultivates foresight and prepares you to engage actively with adversity, ensuring that your responses are thoughtful and deliberate, rather than reactive. Over time, morning reflections become a ritual of self-awareness, anchoring your day in purpose and virtue. Cognitive reframing, transforming obstacles into opportunities. Develop the habit of reframing negative thoughts and challenging situations through a Stoic lens. Whenever you encounter setbacks or frustrations, pause and identify the distorted beliefs fueling your emotional response. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "This is impossible," reframe it as, "This is difficult, but I have the strength to adapt and grow." To make this exercise tangible, maintain a reframing log where you document triggering thoughts alongside their rational alternatives. Over time, this practice rewires your thought patterns, fostering greater emotional resilience and enabling you to engage with challenges constructively. Cognitive reframing aligns with the Stoic principle of amor fati, transforming difficulties into catalysts for growth. Mindful listening, strengthening relational dynamics. Active engagement thrives on effective communication, and mindful listening is a cornerstone of this skill. Practice being fully present during conversations by focusing intently on the speaker's words, without interrupting or planning your response prematurely. To deepen this practice, adopt the 3-second pause technique. After the other person finishes speaking, wait 3 seconds before replying. This pause ensures that your response is measured and considerate, reflecting the Stoic virtue of justice. Additionally, incorporate reflective statements such as, "What I hear you saying is," to demonstrate empathy and validate the speaker's perspective. By honing your listening skills, you enhance relational dynamics and create conditions for meaningful dialogue, a stark contrast to the isolation often associated with silence. Daily acts of temperance, practicing moderation in action. Temperance, the virtue of self-discipline and moderation, can be cultivated through small, intentional acts throughout the day. Identify areas where excess or impulsivity tends to undermine your goals, whether it's overworking, indulging in distractions, or reacting emotionally, and commit to practicing restraint. For instance, if you notice a tendency to scroll through social media during stressful moments, replace this habit with a brief mindfulness exercise, such as deep breathing or stretching. Alternatively, set boundaries around your work hours to prioritize rest and recovery. These daily acts of temperance reinforce your ability to maintain balance and respond thoughtfully to external stimuli, embodying the Stoic ideal of mastering oneself. Evening review. Evaluating actions with accountability. Conclude each day with an evening review, inspired by Seneca's practice of examining one's conduct. Spend 5 to 10 minutes reflecting on your interactions, decisions, and responses throughout the day. Ask yourself, did I act with wisdom and courage? Were my actions aligned with my values? What could I have done differently? This reflective exercise fosters accountability and continuous improvement, enabling you to identify patterns of behavior that either support or hinder active engagement. To enhance this practice, keep an evening journal where you document key insights and areas for growth. Over time, the evening review becomes a powerful tool for self-correction and alignment with Stoic principles. By incorporating these exercises into your daily routine, you create a structured framework for cultivating active engagement. Each strategy, morning reflections, cognitive reframing, mindful listening, temperance in action, and evening reviews, builds upon the next, reinforcing the integration of Stoic philosophy into everyday life. Together, they empower you to navigate challenges with resilience, communicate with empathy, and live with purpose, proving that active engagement is not merely a theoretical ideal, but a practical path to personal mastery. Anticipating challenges. Navigating resistance and missteps in active engagement. While active engagement offers a robust framework for personal growth and effective problem-solving, it is not without its hurdles. Individuals embarking on this path may encounter resistance, both internally and externally, as well as moments of doubt or missteps that test their resolve. Recognizing these potential obstacles and understanding how to address them is crucial for sustaining momentum and ensuring that the principles of Stoicism remain a guiding force in their journey. By anticipating these challenges and adopting Stoic strategies to overcome them, individuals can fortify their commitment to active engagement and continue progressing toward their goals. One common challenge is the initial discomfort of stepping outside one's comfort zone. Active engagement often requires individuals to confront fears, express vulnerability, or take decisive actions that feel unfamiliar or intimidating. For instance, initiating a difficult conversation or asserting oneself in a conflict may evoke feelings of anxiety or self-doubt. Stoicism addresses this resistance by emphasizing the importance of courage, not as the absence of fear, but as the willingness to act despite it. To navigate this discomfort, individuals can employ the Stoic practice of premeditation of adversity, visualizing potential challenges and rehearsing virtuous responses. By mentally preparing for difficult scenarios, they reduce the emotional weight of uncertainty and build confidence in their ability to handle adversity. Additionally, reminding oneself of the Stoic principle that discomfort is temporary but growth is enduring can provide motivation to persevere through initial unease. External resistance from others can also pose a significant barrier to active engagement. When individuals choose to engage actively, whether by voicing dissent, proposing unconventional solutions, or advocating for change, they may face pushback, skepticism, or outright opposition. For example, a team member suggesting a new workflow might encounter resistance from colleagues accustomed to traditional methods. In such cases, Stoicism encourages individuals to distinguish between what lies within their control and what does not. While others' reactions are beyond one's influence, the manner in which one communicates and persists remains within their power. Practicing temperance ensures that responses remain respectful and constructive, while wisdom guides individuals to seek common ground and present evidence-based arguments. Furthermore, embracing the Stoic concept of oikeiosis, the interconnectedness of humanity, can foster empathy, helping individuals understand the roots of resistance and address concerns with compassion. Another potential pitfall is the risk of overengagement, where individuals become overly invested in outcomes or overly reliant on external validation. This imbalance can lead to frustration, burnout, or a sense of failure when expectations are not met. Stoicism counters this tendency by reinforcing the dichotomy of control. To prevent overengagement, individuals should regularly reflect on their motivations and ensure that their actions align with intrinsic values rather than extrinsic rewards. The evening review exercise, previously discussed, serves as a valuable tool for evaluating whether one's efforts remain grounded in virtue and purpose. Additionally, practicing cognitive distancing helps individuals detach emotionally from outcomes, focusing instead on the integrity of their actions. By maintaining this perspective, they preserve their peace of mind and avoid becoming entangled in uncontrollable variables. Missteps and perceived failures are inevitable components of any growth-oriented endeavor. When individuals falter, such as miscommunicating during a negotiation or making a poor decision, they may experience guilt, shame, or a desire to retreat into silence. Stoicism reframes these moments as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. Epictetus famously advised, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." To recover from missteps, individuals can apply the Stoic practice of self-forgiveness, acknowledging their humanity and imperfection while committing to corrective action. Reflective journaling can aid in this process by providing a space to analyze errors, extract lessons, and plan future improvements. By viewing mistakes as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, individuals sustain their commitment to active engagement and continue refining their approach. Finally, the challenge of maintaining consistency and active engagement cannot be overlooked. Like any new habit, integrating active engagement into daily life requires sustained effort and discipline. External distractions, competing priorities, and fluctuating motivation can all disrupt progress. To address this, individuals should establish clear, achievable goals and break them into manageable steps. Incorporating Stoic exercises, such as morning reflections and temperance practices, into a structured routine creates a rhythm that supports consistency. Additionally, surrounding oneself with a supportive community or accountability partner can reinforce commitment and provide encouragement during moments of doubt. By treating active engagement as a lifelong practice rather than a fleeting endeavor, individuals embed its principles deeply into their lives, ensuring lasting transformation. In summary, while the path of active engagement is fraught with challenges, Stoicism provides a comprehensive toolkit for navigating resistance, missteps, and setbacks. By cultivating courage, temperance, wisdom, and self-awareness, individuals can overcome obstacles and remain steadfast in their pursuit of personal growth. These strategies not only strengthen their resilience but also reaffirm the timeless relevance of Stoic philosophy in achieving meaningful progress and fulfillment. Rising above silence. Embracing active engagement as a path to mastery. When individuals transition from silence to active engagement, they embark on a transformative journey that reshapes their identity, relationships, and overall trajectory in profound ways. This shift, deeply rooted in Stoic principles, goes beyond mere behavioral change. It represents a fundamental recalibration of how one perceives and interacts with the world. By choosing to engage actively rather than remain passive, individuals unlock new dimensions of personal growth, resilience, and purpose, ultimately emerging stronger, wiser, and more self-assured. This evolution not only enhances their ability to navigate life's complexities but also positions them as agents of positive influence within their communities. One of the most significant transformations occurs in the realm of self-perception. Silence, while valuable for introspection, can sometimes reinforce feelings of inadequacy or helplessness, particularly when used as a coping mechanism to avoid confrontation or discomfort. Active engagement, on the other hand, empowers individuals to reclaim their agency and redefine themselves as architects of their own lives. By consistently responding to challenges with wisdom, courage, and temperance, they cultivate a sense of mastery over their thoughts, emotions, and actions. This newfound self-efficacy fosters confidence and resilience, enabling them to face adversity with equanimity and purpose. Over time, the repeated practice of active engagement solidifies their identity as someone who thrives amidst uncertainty, transforming setbacks into stepping stones and obstacles into opportunities for growth. Relationships also undergo a profound metamorphosis as individuals embrace active engagement. Silence, though occasionally necessary, can create distance and ambiguity, leaving others unsure of one's intentions or feelings. In contrast, active engagement fosters clarity, trust, and mutual understanding by promoting open, empathetic communication. By prioritizing fairness, empathy, and respect in their interactions, individuals strengthen relational bonds and create conditions for collaboration and harmony. For example, a leader who actively engages with their team, listening attentively, addressing concerns, and valuing diverse perspectives, inspires loyalty and commitment, elevating group dynamics to new heights. Similarly, in personal relationships, active engagement nurtures deeper connections as loved ones feel heard, supported, and valued. This relational transformation not only enriches one's social sphere, but also reinforces their role as a contributor to collective well-being, a core tenet of Stoic philosophy. On a broader scale, the shift from silence to active engagement redefines one's impact on the world. Stoicism teaches that living virtuously extends beyond personal fulfillment. It encompasses a responsibility to contribute positively to society. By engaging actively, individuals step into this role with intentionality, leveraging their skills, insights, and resources to effect meaningful change. Whether through acts of kindness, mentorship, advocacy, or innovation, they amplify their influence, creating ripples of positivity that resonate far beyond their immediate circle. This outward focus not only aligns with the Stoic principle of oikeiosis, the interconnectedness of humanity, but also fulfills the higher purpose of contributing to the greater good. As individuals witness the tangible results of their efforts, they derive a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose, reinforcing their commitment to active engagement as a lifelong practice. Moreover, the journey from silence to active engagement is inherently iterative. marked by continuous learning and refinement. Each challenge navigated, each relationship strengthened, and each contribution made adds layers of depth to one's character and capabilities. This ongoing process of self-discovery and growth ensures that individuals remain adaptable and resilient, capable of thriving amidst life's ever-changing demands. By embracing active engagement, they not only rise above the limitations of silence, but also embody the Stoic ideal of living authentically, virtuously, and purposefully. In doing so, they transform not only their own lives but also the lives of those around them, leaving a legacy of strength, wisdom, and compassion. In essence, the transition from silence to active engagement represents a paradigm shift, one that transcends the confines of passive observation and embraces the dynamic interplay of thought and action. Grounded in Stoic philosophy, this approach empowers individuals to navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose, emerging stronger, wiser, and more self-assured. Through active engagement, they redefine their identity, strengthen their relationships, and amplify their impact, proving that true mastery lies not in avoiding challenges, but in rising above them with grace, courage, and resilience. Living stoically. Integrating active engagement into everyday life. The philosophy of Stoicism, with its timeless wisdom and practical applicability, offers a blueprint for navigating life's complexities with clarity, resilience, and purpose. Central to this philosophy is the principle of active engagement, a dynamic approach that transcends the limitations of silence by combining thoughtful reflection with decisive action. By integrating Stoic teachings into daily life, individuals can cultivate the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and forging a path toward meaningful fulfillment. The stories and insights shared throughout this exploration underscore the transformative power of active engagement, demonstrating how it not only addresses immediate obstacles, but also fosters lasting personal and relational transformation. 2. Begin embedding Stoic principles into your routine. Start with small intentional practices that align with the core tenets of active engagement. Begin each day with a moment of mindful reflection, setting intentions that guide your actions and decisions. Use cognitive reframing to challenge distorted thoughts and reframe setbacks as opportunities for learning. Strengthen your communication skills through mindful listening, ensuring that your interactions are grounded in empathy and fairness. Practice temperance by exercising moderation in your habits and responses, and conclude each day with an evening review to evaluate your progress and identify areas for improvement. These exercises, though simple, create a structured framework for living virtuously and purposefully, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with Stoic resilience. As you embrace active engagement, remember that the journey is iterative and deeply personal. Each step forward, whether confronting a fear, resolving a conflict, or contributing to the well-being of others, adds layers of strength and wisdom to your character. Draw inspiration from the countless individuals who have walked this path before you, using their stories as reminders of the universal nature of struggle and the boundless potential for growth. By committing to this practice, you not only honor the Stoic ideals of self-mastery and virtue, but also position yourself as a beacon of positivity and influence within your community. Now is the moment to take action. Reflect on one area of your life where active engagement can make a difference, whether in your relationships, career, or personal development, and commit to applying Stoic principles in that context. Let the wisdom of the ancients guide your steps and trust in your ability to rise above adversity with courage and grace. In doing so, you will not only transform your own life, but also inspire others to embark on their own journeys of growth and self-discovery.